All right, finna go ahead and get it started. We finna go ahead and get it started. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Life of Champ podcast, episode number 66, talking about how to become more attractive as a man. Now, this is a topic that I probably should have been talked about already, and I feel like with cultivating all the podcast episodes, you should be able to come to somewhat of a conclusion, anyways. But I wanted to specify this video because there's going to be things that I haven't yet talked about. Anthony's not gonna be on the podcast today, sadly. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot we're gonna get into. So if you have any questions, make sure you go ahead and leave it in the comments. If you're rewatching this, make sure you go ahead and leave a like on the video as well. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. There's gonna be a lot of different elements that really play a role into what really makes you attractive to women, right? There's gonna be the obvious ones. I'm not gonna mention the too obvious ones. I'm gonna mention the ones that need to be mentioned. Really, I'm not gonna mention things like money, right? Everybody knows if you're a man and you have more money, you're gonna be more attractive. Let's just keep it 1,000, right? Even the people that are not attractive at all as men, if they have a lot of money, you have some type of leverage, you have some type of pull, whatever. That is an obvious. It goes without saying, right? Um, one that I will speak on, which I'm just gonna reiterate. I'll start out the podcast with this. Well, first, KJ, I appreciate you for stopping by, my dog. Before I get in really into it, I just want to let you guys know a few things. I'm gonna be going live on Twitch starting next week, so it's just Life of a Champ podcast on Twitch. Also, I'll have I have my videos being posted on Rumble as well, so make sure you tap in with that as well. I'm coming to Spotify and Apple Music very, very soon. Hopefully by the end of this month, I will be on both of those platforms. So if you want to listen, we're gonna be able to watch the you're gonna be able to watch the podcast on Apple Music if I'm not mistaken. But on the other ones, you'll be able to just listen if you would like. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get that going by the end of this month for sure. Also, make sure you go ahead and like the TikToks and Instagram Shorts, YouTube Shorts. Make sure you go and tap in with that as well. I post 3 every single day, besides the weekends, of course. Weekdays I post 3 or 4 times a day. So make sure you tap in with that as well. They've been doing pretty good. So if you like the podcast and you want to see it in shorter form, that would be the way to go. Other than that, yeah, let's get into it. So the first one, this is kind of an obvious one, and I'll start it off with this. But there's gonna be a lot that you guys don't know, or a lot that you haven't heard me speak on. So first one, obviously, get your ass in the gym. Simple as that, right? You're going to be more attractive. You're going to have more confidence. You're going to exude more confidence through your increased attractiveness through your body, right? You're going to be more confident, and that confidence is obviously going to be more attractive to women, right? Ultimately, what it comes down to is this: your competence and your confidence is going to be linked to an extent, right? And your attractiveness is also going to be linked to, like I said, your competence and your accomplishments and all those things right there, right? But when it comes to your physical body, you're obviously working on it to have a healthier lifestyle, and along with having a healthier lifestyle, obviously you should probably be eating better as well. That kind of goes hand in hand with working out, right? But yeah, these are going to make you more attractive to women. Areas to work out specifically, I would say chest, back, arms, of course, and yeah, shoulders. So shoulders for sure, even the other part arms. But yeah, those are the areas that I would say definitely focus on. I've done research on what makes men attractive, what makes women and men attractive physically, right? For men, it is a shoulder, I think it's shoulder to hip ratio of 1.6, if I'm not mistaken. Now, you do whatever the hell you want with that information. That's what I heard. I'm just letting you know what I heard, okay? And then the women's is obviously the hip to waist ratio as well. So that kind of deals with the attractiveness. Obviously, men like you know wider hips and smaller waist, and women obviously like more broad shoulders and slimmer waist. That is what they like. So the way to do that, obviously, work on your back, work on your shoulders, work on your chest. It'll give you more of a physical presence. So that is going to be how we started off. I'm gonna check the. So I've taken the comments away. I want to really focus on um the podcast. I want to focus on the material. So we're going to have sections in the podcast that I'm going to be speaking on when it comes to the comments. But that's how we're going to move on from here on out. Because I don't want to get too distracted with the comments. And I've seen rewatching some of the podcasts that I kind of like get distracted from the comments, and I don't exactly fulfill my point that I was trying to make. So yeah, we're just gonna rock it like that. So yeah, work in the gym. Simple as that. It is simple as that. If you're watching this podcast and you're not going to the gym, just get the fuck off the podcast. Honestly, you either to watch this podcast, you need to be going to the gym. You need to be going to the gym. It is a part of my religion. You have to do it. All right, the next one. And like all the things on here, right? It's going to lead. It's going. All these are going to lead to having more confidence when it comes to an interaction, whether this is an interaction with women or whether this interaction with just anybody in this world, right? It's going to lead to more confidence. Women like confidence. People like confident people. It's as simple as that, right? Um, all right. So yeah, the next one is going to be a little bit different, and this is something that I had to cultivate and something I learned from my previous relationships. And this is something that I did lack, and this is something that I no longer lack because I recognized that it was a weakness and I corrected that weakness. So, along with that, just correct your weaknesses along the way, right? Understand where you lack, and understand. Obviously, you need to make a plan for how to better those, and that's something that I did. So, this is having empathy, and as a man, there's a lot of men that do lack empathy. Um, so, if you are empathetic, learn about empathy. Basically, try to understand people's feelings and emotions. Ask the right questions when it comes to, let's just say somebody is sad or whatever, right? Or just down bad. Just trying to empathize with them in the best way that you possibly can. Try to really feel their emotions. Like I said, a lot of dudes they're not in tune with those things, and if you're able to have empathy when it comes to being with women, right? If you can have empathy, you're going to be more attractive. You're going to be more attractive. And this kind of goes not only with women, this kind of goes like, let's just say a kid falls down, you're going to know how to properly, handle that situation, act in accordance to what you need to like I said, be attractive. Obviously, that's not the main goal. The main goal is obviously to be empathetic, but understand that that is just a byproduct of that. Yeah. So have empathy. That is going to make you more attractive as a man. The next one is going to be hygiene. Now, I'm going to stress this because I still see it on a daily basis. Like, dudes lack hygiene. Like, I don't understand. For me personally, it's the bare minimum, right? Men still do not understand the bare minimum. And if you're watching this and you're not doing these things, I do not know what the fuck you're doing, honestly. So, first one is going to be brushing your teeth, right? Brush your teeth once or twice a day. And with this, you kind of go hand in hand with like, make sure you not only brush your teeth, you whiten your teeth, and you also scrape your tongue as well. If you do not have a tongue scraper, make sure you get that as well. That's going to improve your smell of your breath. So make sure you tap in with that because that right there is definitely a game changer for damn sure. Along with that, so you got your. And on top of that, I want to mention this one thing as well. Make sure you wear chapstick. If you're a fucking dude and not wearing chapstick, I wear chapstick all the damn time, bro. Your lips need to be on point no matter what. You need to be ready for any situation possible, man. Like I said, hey, if a woman tries to kiss me, and she does kiss me, hey, she's gonna feel some of the softest lips she's ever felt. Right? That's gonna be attractive because here's the thing: you don't want people do not like kissing lips that are cracked and not moisturized. Let's keep it 1,000, right? No one's gonna want to kiss a mouth that's like that, bro. Let's keep it 1,000. So to be more attractive, like I said, brush your teeth, scrape your tongue, whiten your teeth, and put chapstick on. These are all, like I said, for me, this is a bare minimum. All these things I'm going to talk about, bare minimum, bro. If you're not doing this, slacking, for real. Next one is going to be getting a haircut every 2 to 3 weeks. I recommend every 2 weeks. For me, for my maintenance on my haircuts, I get a haircut every 2 weeks. It is part of my religion, like I mentioned earlier, right? It is part of grooming in general that I definitely think that men should pay attention to because even though haircuts are not going to be like the craziest thing when it comes to like swaying a woman, whether you're attractive or not, it's gonna give you confidence, right? When I get a fresh cut, I got that extra juice, man. I got that confidence, man. I got that swagger with me, right? Get that fresh fade, man. Like that's me. That's me personally, right? I don't know how y'all feel when y'all get a haircut, but when I get a haircut, man, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. I'm looking good, and I'm gonna have more confidence, man. So it's just as simple as that, right? So like I said, haircut 2 to 3 times a week, or not 2 to 3 times a week. Haircut every 2 or 3 weeks for sure. Next one is going to be having a face cleaning routine. If you're not in tune with having a face cleaning routine, I do not know what you're doing as a man. The second you start washing your face, you cannot go back. You can't go back, bro. You literally can't go back. I wash my face twice a day. I wash it once in the morning, once at night. Use moisturizer, use eye cream. Here's the thing, man. Like I said, you gotta, especially me, I gotta be looking good. I have a podcast, man. I gotta have my hair on point. I gotta have my face on point. I gotta have my teeth on point. I gotta have all these on point, man. So it's simple as that, right? Make sure you have the face cleaning routine. If you need a suggestion, I would definitely recommend Teach Hanley. They need to sponsor me. I've been using the products for a good amount of months now. I think almost a year and a half now. Definitely would recommend it if you're just starting out. Yeah, I've been using it for a minute. My face is not looking the greatest right now, but I'm gonna blame that on my diet. My diet hasn't been the greatest, so which also definitely plays a factor. So yeah, definitely stay tuned in for that. The next one is going to be shaving and grooming frequently. I would definitely recommend. For me personally, I recommend maybe like every 3 or 4 days shave. It also depends on how fast your facial hair grows. Every man is different, but about 3 or 4 days, I need to shave to be able to keep a clean shaven face. Yeah, so make sure you shave and groom frequently. If you're trying to go for a certain look, I understand. So like I said, this is going to be customized to every single person, I guess. Um, but yeah, definitely shave and groom frequently. Next is going to be my suggestion. This is my personal suggestion. If you are a person who has lacking eye vision, like me, right? I usually have glasses. I think I've had one podcast with glasses on, by the way. Um, I definitely recommend you getting contacts for damn sure. I do think that men are more attractive, and the most attractive men have no glasses. That is just through my personal experience. So with that being said, get contacts, do whatever it takes. I don't care your excuses. Oh, my eyes are too sensitive. I don't care. I don't want to hear it, bro. I don't want to hear it. Wear fucking contacts, bro. No excuse. If you're watching this, you're old enough to probably buy contacts. Do whatever the fuck it takes. Wear contacts. Trust me, life's going to be better. Physical activities in itself are going to be better, right? Playing basketball is going to be better. That's what I do, right? When you can ask Anthony on this as well. Um, when I used to play basketball, when I first started playing basketball without glasses, I was like a way more physical player. Like it changed my entire game because I was able to do things that I wasn't. I was glasses conscious. I was unconsciously glasses conscious, if that makes any sense, right? And that is something that when you get contacts, you're living a completely different life. And now if you have perfect 20/20 vision, man, lucky for you, man. You gotta get roll the dice, man. But for the people that didn't, like I said, I recommend that you definitely get contacts for sure. Next one is going to be get straighter teeth, right? That's something that I would recommend. So get braces, get Invisalign. I would definitely recommend Invisalign for sure. Women like straight teeth. It's as simple as that, fellas. People like straight teeth. They're easier to look at. Just keep it 1,000, right? Do whatever it takes. Like I said, make the investment. It is a worthy investment. But yeah, get straighter teeth. Do whatever it takes, man. Like I said, it's gonna boost your confidence. It's gonna boost your confidence, which is gonna make you more attractive, anyways. So, next one is going to be eyebrows. Make sure this kind of goes with grooming in general, right? Eyebrows need to be they need to be presentable, right? A lot of men walk around this world with the unibrow, and unless you're fucking Anthony Davis, then you need to fucking change that shit, right? Anthony Davis, would I say he can even pull it off? Here's the thing: he's a fucking NBA player, so women are still gonna think he's attractive, anyways, regardless. And he's fucking like what, like 6'11"? So you're not Anthony Davis. So fucking wax your shit, pluck it, whatever, do whatever the fuck you got to do, but make sure you're maintaining your eyebrows so they look presentable. Because a lot of men, like I said, they're walking around this world with really unpresentable eyebrows, and I'm like, I look at you like I see dudes in the gym with eyebrows looking like shit. I'm like, bro, you're not on my level. You're not on my level, and it's as simple as that, right? Women are gonna see that as well. Women are gonna be able to notice a man that pays attention to the details. That's the thing. That's what it comes down to. That makes you more attractive when you pay attention to certain little details like that. It's gonna put you ahead. You're gonna check another box that another man might not check, right? This kind of goes hand in hand with, like I said, making sure you're shaved, making sure your teeth are up to par, right? Yeah, basically all the things that I'd mentioned, right? So this kind of goes hand in hand with hygiene. All this was hygiene. Make sure your hygiene's on point, and along with that, make sure you smell good. Make sure you get some cologne. Make sure you wear some deodorant all the damn time. Make sure you always have that on you. Yeah, because you definitely do not want to smell like shit. Because if you smell like shit, like I say, you're not gonna be attractive, and it's as simple as that. A lot of men still out here not wearing deodorant. You're a grown ass man. What the hell you doing not wearing deodorant, man? What are you doing not wearing cologne, man? You gotta smell good, man. It's as simple as that. Next one is going to be. This is going to be some other things that I definitely, if you know me personally, I'm going to recommend for sure. First one is going to be working on voice tonality, right? Now, me saying this is obviously going to make me more conscious of it, right? But when it comes to trying to attract a woman, right? There's going to be certain voice tonalities that you're going to need to be able to tap into. And if you do not tap into these, you're never going to have that seductive nature. And if you lack the seductive nature, then you're not going to be as attractive as you possibly could be. Now, this is something that, you're probably going to need experience for. This is something that you're, definitely going to need experience for, right? You can't really just do it by yourself. I guess you can to an extent, but get some experience, get in the field, and definitely work on this, because if you're good at this, for me personally, right, like I said, I've talked to women, right? I've definitely had plenty of time to improve this, and let me tell you, the results after improving your voice tonality with women, man, it's a whole different game, man. It's a whole different game, man. It's a whole different game. It is a part of game. It is a part of game, and it definitely is going to make you more attractive. She's gonna think that you're the man. She's gonna believe you're the man when it comes to that, right? If you can say the right things, if you can say it in the right tonality, she's gonna think you're the man, and it's as simple as that. So with voice tonality, I would recommend speaking slower, right? This is some advice that I need to take on my own, right? I speak pretty fast for the average person, and it's because my brain is going up 1,000 miles per hour, and my mouth is just trying to keep up. It's as simple as that, right? I definitely recommend speaking slower in the moments that you possibly can. It'll allow you to think more thoroughly, and you don't have to rush, right? When you're talking to a woman, or you're just talking in general, right? You're not in a rush, so you can slow down and, like I said, let everybody catch up. Simple as that. Next one is going to be working on things like eye contact. Now, this is something that I said, or this is something, like I said earlier, is definitely going to need experience. Eye contact. A person who's going to be able to make eye contact is going to go way further than a person who's not going to be able to make eye contact. This is going to go hand in hand with, like I said, just needing experience, man. Like, if you're talking to a woman and you're just looking down, like, she's gonna tell. She's gonna be able to tell those little certain things, right? And like I said, it's just about checking those little boxes, right? She's gonna pay attention to detail. Women pay attention to detail, and that is one of the things. If you're lacking eye contact, that means you're lacking confidence. And if you're lacking confidence, you're not going to be as attractive, right? It all goes back down to confidence. But yeah, for me personally, once I get the eye contact down with a woman, it's wraps on game. It's wraps on the game, man. But definitely eye contact. This is not only with being attractive to women, but this goes hand in hand with just in general, right? If you're making eye contact with somebody, they're gonna understand. They're gonna feel your presence more, and like I said, if you're dodging eye contact, they're gonna see. They're gonna look down upon you. They're gonna be like, oh, he's maybe anxious or maybe nervous or not confident, right? They're gonna label you something that you might not be. But if you have those tendencies and if you have those tics, then of course they're going to be able to be like, well, you're not checking a box. And it's as simple as that. Next one is going to be work on things like your speech, right? Me being a person who does podcasts, I definitely have worked on my speech, and it definitely has improved since the beginning. If you watch a previous episode, like, I don't know, maybe my first 15 or 20 episodes, my speech is going to be way better right now than it was back then. And I feel like everyone should consciously work on speech. You do not understand, and I did not understand until I started doing things like this, how important speech is. If you're able to portray your idea thoroughly through your words, people are going to understand you better. People are going to like you more. That's what it comes down to, right? You're going to be more likable if you're able to portray your thoughts a lot more smooth when it comes to speech. So now this is going to look different for every single person of how to improve your speech. Obviously, you're going to need to have more conversations. You're going to need to have, you can even do things like this, right? A podcast. Yeah, if you want, right? If you want to do a podcast, go crazy, go stupid. I'll support you if you're watching. But yeah, figure out ways. One way that I'm going to try to work on my speech is to try to get more advice from people who are really good at speaking. So obviously, one of the pieces of advice is going to be speak more, use eye contact. With speaking as well, if I can give you one piece of my advice, and this is a piece of advice that I got from Jordan Peterson, who, if you know who Jordan Peterson is one of the best speakers that is alive right now, in my opinion. Right, I have two of his books back there, Beyond Order, 12 Rules for Life, and then 12 Rules for Life. But the advice that I got from him was, or through his videos rather, is when it comes to speaking on something like a podcast, right, or speaking, public speaking in general, right, you're going to need to know a lot more about what you want to speak on than what you're going to actually speak, right? So me, for example, right, the way I'm really good at doing these things is because I already have the knowledge that goes beyond what I'm going to talk about. So I can get more in depth and I can take different paths and also come back to the original path that I was already on, right? So definitely being able to speak thoroughly, like I said, portraying your ideas fluently is going to go a lot farther than a majority of people, right? All right, that is going to increase your attractiveness. Just being able to speak clearly is going to increase your attractiveness for sure. Next one is going to be already spoke on that one. Next one is going to be working on a passion project, right? If you're not doing things you're passionate about on a daily basis, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. If you're just slaving away at work and that's all you're doing, and you're not doing things you're truly passionate about, you're not pursuing a passion project, I don't know what you're doing. Like I said, you're going to be more attractive to women. You're going to be more attractive as an individual if you are. Hold up. Does that sound a lot better, fellas? Does that sound a lot better? Hope it didn't fuck the quality up. Um, but you're going to be a lot more attractive if you have things that you're passionate about and you're working on those consistently, right? She's going to be able to see that you are. What is the word I'm looking for? Somebody help me out, man. Somebody got me out. Fuck me. Yeah, you're going to be. Man, I don't even know the word I'm looking for. But yeah, she's gonna see that you're more determined and you're a hard worker if you're working on things like a passion project, right? Women like to see things that you're passionate about, right? Me, for example, right? I've seen plenty of times where I'm speaking on something that I'm passionate about, and they're more intrigued by the way I speak and how I speak and the energy that I have towards what I'm speaking on, just because it is something that I'm passionate about. So not only do you need to be able to, have a passion project, consistently do activities that you are passionate about. And I'm not talking about doing degen activities. I'm talking about doing activities that are really actually something that's actually interesting, right? And not just interesting to you, interesting to plenty of people, and maybe even interesting to women, because that's going to make you more attractive, right? So yeah, work on a passion project. If you don't have one, make sure you try to find one. Not everybody has one, for damn sure, but like I said, you need to figure that out. Along with that, kind of goes hand in hand with purpose. Yeah, you're, women are going to perceive you as more attractive if you have a clear, thought out purpose. Because the reason for that is because you're going to have more direction on where you're trying to go in life and how you're trying to live your life, and having structure like that is going to make you more attractive to women. Right. All right. Next thing, have hobbies. Gym should be a hobby of yours. Gym should be a hobby of yours, and I would like to say you probably should have one more physical activity hobby that you do, along with any other hobby that you have. Right, being passionate about those hobbies and having something to talk about when it comes to conversation with women or with anyone in general. Right, you're going to be able to relate more. If you come across a woman that actually or has good questions that she can speak on, um, it's going to be a lot easier for conversation. Hey, finally got the internet working, man. What's good, Anthony? Appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, yeah. Well, let's get into that. Let's get into that. Right. Before I get any further, let me read some of these comments. I think in order for a man to be attractive, they need to function in their need to function on their okay and get their shit situation like finances, fitness, hygiene, knowledge, and stability. Exactly. Yeah. Those all make men attractive for sure. I agree with you, KJ. Appreciate you stopping by. This is exceptional. This will work, but I would do this for your health, not just for the girls. I'm not saying it just for the girls. I'm saying it just to be attractive in general. Obviously, there's all these have evidence. All these have reasons for why you should do them in general, right? It is being attractive is just a byproduct of that. Damn, why am I fucking white as fuck? No, I ain't that white, man. Relax. Or I'm trying to read comment. Or else you're just trying to chase. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, yeah. He's spitting facts. Like I said, Anthony, appreciate you stopping by, man. All right, getting into what I was talking about, Anthony. If you're just getting here right now, I would recommend you watching this entire podcast. You need some of this stuff. You need some of this stuff, man. You need it. I'm gonna let you know right now. All right, getting back into it. Right, where am I at? Where am I at? Anthony. All right, back to it. All right, this next one is going to be kind of something that I already mentioned, but find things that you're interested in and get rid of the lame habits. Right? There's going to be lame habits that women do not find attractive. Get rid of them shits. Right? If they're DJing habits, get rid of them. DJing habits are not accepted around here. Get rid of them. You're going to need to get rid of them eventually, anyways. Like video games. If you're still playing video games, in my opinion, right, women do not find that attractive, right? When women see a man play video games, it's not doing anything to them. It's not doing anything for them, right? Are they fun? Trust me, I'm not hating on video games, right? Do I enjoy playing video games? Did I enjoy playing video games? For sure, I did. Playing with the homies, you know how it is. It's always a great time playing video games, right? But is it really doing anything for you besides entertaining you for that moment, right? Are you really working on yourself? Is it going to do anything for you after you turn off that game? Probably not. So fucking don't do that shit, man. That's what I'm saying, right? Yeah. If you don't have a woman, or if you're not trying to attract women, that's a whole nother thing, right? But in my opinion, it is definitely there's things like that, and also watching shows. It's not gonna do anything for women. Honestly, it's not. When it comes to being more attractive, if you're intentionally trying to be attractive, it's not gonna do anything for them. It's not. Next one is going to be being on social media, and kind of goes hand in hand with having status, right? Um, we live in an attention economy. That is said by many people. And with that being said, you need to have more social proof when it comes to like I said, building your status, right? And this is going to be in the form of social media. Make sure you have quality photos on your Instagram with decent captions. This is going to make you more attractive when it comes to, like I said, an internet perception, which sadly definitely matters right now. Which ideally I wouldn't like it to matter. But if you have that social status, women get off to that. So it's as simple as that, man. I don't understand it, but that's just what I see, and I call it how I see it. And if I'm trying to help y'all out, that is the advice that you're going to need to take. So with that being said, you're going to need a social life of abundance as well. So make sure you go out, take some pictures, chill with the homies outside of your typical habits of. For me personally, like I said, working out. I need to get out more myself. That is probably some advice that I need to take, but definitely some advice that I need to give as well, which is, like I said, have a social life of abundance. This is going to make you more attractive, so you're not just doing a super strict routine. You're gonna want to get out of that a little bit, but it's gonna make you more attractive. When women see that you're doing things outside of your typical routine, it's going to make you more attractive. The next one is, I guess you could say, having a well-connected network of like-minded people. And you're probably thinking, how the hell is that going to make you more attractive to women, right? There's going to be certain situations that it's going to be nice, right? Maybe you know somebody that she knows, right? And that's going to make you more likable. That is going to be one of the things that is a reason for that being a reason for making you more attractive to women, or more of an attractive individual in general, right? If you know more people, you know more things, you have more resources, you have a better network. You're going to be a more appealing person if you know somebody. That makes sense? With that being said, we're going to get into, let me read some more comments real quick. I was trying to get it in earlier, but my Wi-Fi was cracked the fuck out. Man, Anthony, come on, man. Wait, I have a question. How come men who play video games can pull girls like FaZe Rug, Aiden, Duke Dennis, who play video games but have girls? Just a question, because they have social status. They have other areas of their life. And here's the thing, man. Would I consider it, okay, are they funny? Yeah, those guys are funny. Would I consider them DJs still? Yes, I would. Right? Would I say that I'm further along in my self-development journey than they are? Yes, I would. And I'm not doing that. Not doing that to compare. I'm just letting you know, right? It depends where you're trying to take this life. It really does, right? A lot of those people that are popular are degens. And I'm just gonna keep it 1,000, right? They party all the time. They drink all the time. I know you see it on the streams as well. Of course, they're successful, so they have a little bit more lenience to do those things. But let's keep it 1,000, right? They can pull girls because they have the social status, right? Now, when I have the social status of that, I'm not going to be doing those lame things personally. I'm not, because I'm gonna be more evolved from those things. And that is I actually wanted to post something about that on Snapchat yesterday. I feel like it's a blessing and a curse that I matured so fast, right? I'm 20 years old. I'm thinking the ways that I do. It is a blessing and a curse, right? Blessing because, I'm going to get to the place that I want to get to faster. But it's also a curse because I know the things that I shouldn't be doing. And if I do them, I'm going to feel guilty. And that's a harsh life, but, it is what it is. Uh, exactly. Phase rug, he ain't got nothing on me, man. He ain't got nothing on me, man. Simple as that. Next one is going to be the obvious ones when it comes to trying to attract anybody or trying to attract women in general, right? Do not chase women, right? This is if you're watching this should be a given, right? Do not chase women. It is not a worthy pursuit, in my opinion, right? Do not simp. Like I said, kind of goes hand in hand. Do not simp. Do not overcompliment women. Women do not like men that overcompliment them. If she's an attractive woman, she knows she's attractive. She gets complimented all the damn time. So do not give her that validation so much. Let her earn the validation. There's going to be moments in time where she's going to, do something and she deserves that compliment. If you truly think that she actually looks great, let her know she looks great, right? I'm not saying don't compliment at all. I'm saying there's a time and a place, but don't overkill it, because if you overkill with compliments, it's going to mean less. And that's exactly why I personally do not compliment women all the damn time, because like I said, they get it so much. And if, if 20 guys say she's beautiful, right? And you tell her, "Hey, you're beautiful." It's not going to mean she's going to be like, "Oh, thanks." She's not going to care. Now, if she has those guys saying it all the time, right? And you are the person who doesn't, and let's just say, every week or two, you give her a genuine compliment. It's going to mean more to her, right? And yeah, do not over compliment women. I don't understand men that do it. You're just simping, bro. You're just simping, bro. She doesn't care, bro. Most women do not care about compliments. And if you do give a compliment, do not give a bodily compliment. Give her a compliment based off of something that not a lot of people would compliment if they just seen her superficial self, right? So compliment her humor, compliment her hard work, things like that, right? Do not give her or compliment something physical that isn't associated with a sexual um, essence, I guess, right? So don't be like, oh, your ass looks great. Like, no, don't be that. Don't do that shit. Don't do that shit. You're acting goofy. Be like, oh, your hair looks great today, right? Or your eyes. I don't know what about them today, but they're hitting today for sure. I'm fucking with them. Things like that. All right, getting into the next thing. With being more attractive, and this is going to be different for every single man, but I do believe that every man should have this in their own specific way. This is going to be having a mystery element to them, right? This could be speaking less. This could be, withholding information intentionally. So she's on like a cliffhanger almost. There's different ways you're going to be able to have that mystery element. A lot of women do not answer. A lot of women don't ask great questions through my experience. So for me, it's not hard to have a mystery element, because there's always going to be a lot of things she doesn't know, because she just doesn't. She doesn't ask the questions, right? So find a way to have a mystery element. I would say, like I said, speak less than necessary. That is definitely a good one for sure, right? I already learned about this, but it's also in the book, The 48 Laws of Power, if I'm not mistaken. It's law number 4. Like I said, always speak less than necessary. It's something similar. It's something along the lines of that. But yeah, do not overkill with stories. Keep it short. If she asks more questions, then of course go into more detail. But let her want to know more. Leave her wanting to know more, instead of you overexpressing and she's like, okay, when is he going to finish with this story, right? There's certain guys like that, right? There's guys that, like I said, leave that mystery element, or there's guys that overexpose their conversation and they just become less interested, because the more she knows about you, maybe the less attractive she becomes, right? Attraction is a weird thing in general, and that is one of those elements that, doesn't sound great on paper, but you need to understand that it does exist. All right, another piece of evidence. Another thing that would make you more attractive to women. This is something that is interesting, and not a lot of people talk about this, right? When I have my girlfriend, we're not going to be living in the same spot. We're not, right? Could I probably move out with her? Yeah, sure. Could I move in with her, right? Yeah, sure. The reason for this strategic move is this reason right here. If you understand how attraction works with women. The more she has you, the more she's not going to want you, right? You're going to need to want you're going to want to be missed, right? And if she doesn't miss you, she's not going to be as attracted to you, right? I learned about this in economics, if I'm not mistaken. It's called the law of diminishing marginal utility, right? The more you get something, the less satisfied you are with that. So, for the example, let's just say you love ice cream, right? You eat ice cream one day to start the month, fantastic, great. You can eat ice cream. You love ice cream, so you eat it the first day, man. The shit's great, man. It's your favorite flavor, whatever, right? The second day, the third day, the first week, it might be great, but every single day you're going to be less and less satisfied with it, right? Now, if you have it for 30 days straight, let's say you have it twice a day for 30 days straight, that last day you're going to be like, man, I'm fucking sick and tired of ice cream, right? This kind of go hand in hand with women, right? If I could give you a reasonable thing, I would say see a woman 2 or 3 times a week. 3 is really pushing it, in my opinion. 3 is really pushing it. If you want to maintain that attraction, if you want to maintain that sexual tension that is going to make her attracted to you, you're going to need to have, like I said, maybe 2 or 3 times a week you see her. Leave her missing you, man. You need to have her missing you, because if she's not missing you, then she's having too much of you, in my opinion, right? All right. Next one is going to be become a better conversationalist. So now do whatever you would like to become a better conversationalist, but get better at asking questions, right? This is something that I've definitely cultivated. I've cultivated a list of questions that I ask people that I start talking to, and the better you are with questions, the more you're going to be able to get out of this life in general, right? The better you're asking people questions, the better you're going to get to know them, right? I can really get to know somebody in about 5 to 10 questions, because I've thought about the questions that get the most out, right? That tell a lot more about the character of that person, just by, like I said, simply asking maybe 5 questions, 10 questions, right? You can really get to know somebody based off of that. But what I will say, with becoming a better conversationalist, do not make it sound like an interview, right? Women are not attracted to, feeling like they are in an interview, right? And this is something that I will mention as well, right? If you do feel like you are interviewing her and you're asking all the questions and you're putting the conversation on your back, pull back. It's as simple as that, fellas. If you are carrying the conversation with the woman, pull away, man. If she's not interested enough to make the conversation or ask questions herself, pull back, man. Do not put as much energy and effort into the interaction. Match her energy. If she's lacking, you better lack too, because all you're doing at the end of the day is matching energy. And now, if you pull back your attention, your energy, your focus, whatever, if you pull it back, and now she starts to come to you and starts to ask you questions, that's how you know she's attracted to you, right? You're going to be able to build that sense of attraction based off of that, right? Let me read some of these comments. Top G, Andrew, appreciate you stopping by, my dog. I saw a phase rug video that he did with his exes, and he asked all of them what the main reason they didn't work out, and most of them said it was particularly because of video games, right? And he's a gamer, right? That's my thing, man. Get rid of that lame ass habit, man. My opinion, it's lame. It's lame. I've got rid of video games maybe like 2 years ago, right? I maybe play maybe like once or twice a year, and it's because I'm just doing some shit, and I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling at the end of the day, right? I don't have a video game system in my room, right? I don't have a system in my room. I have an iMac. That's it. I've got rid of video games for a minute now. I haven't upgraded to the new gen. It's not important, right? I got more to focus on. And just you watching this right now, you should have more you need to focus on as well. You should be more locked in. You should not be focused on something that isn't going to reap you benefits in this life. Is it entertaining? Is it a great time? I'm not saying it's either of those. I'm not saying it's not a great time. I'm saying it depends what you want out of this life. But if you want more out of this life, you're going to need to make the sacrifices. And that is a sacrifice that I felt like I need to make in order to get to where I want to get to, right? Like I said, everybody's going to be different, but like I said, that is my personal sacrifice that I know I needed to make. You have to be safe medium, because if you undershare, she'll think the conversation is dry. Exactly. And with becoming a better conversationalist in general, right? Conversations do not become dry unless she's not putting in the effort, right? I'm a very easy person to have conversation with, because not only do I have a podcast, but like I said, I've done the time to look up questions, think of questions that get more out of the interaction, right? Now, if I'm talking to a woman and the conversation becomes dry, it is not going to be because of my doing. That's for damn sure. It's going to be because she's not putting in the effort, right? I've had plenty of women that are like, "Oh, you're really good at conversation." I'm like, "I appreciate it." Or like women that I have never even met. They're like, "Man, you are really, really good at having a conversation. I feel like I can talk to you all day." Things like that. Things like that are very interesting because, like I said, not a lot of people are really good at conversation. It's an observation that I've made when it comes to becoming a better conversationalist. That is something that I've observed. People are not good at conversation. They're really not. They're not really good at having in-depth conversations that really get the most out of the conversation. They're not good at intellectual conversation. They're not. All right. I'm a fucking champ spitting today, boy. I'll tell you that. All right. Next one. Don't be like every guy. Don't be like every guy. Do subtle things that make you different, right? All right. This kind of goes hand in hand with style, right? I need to mention that as well. We'll get into this. Right? With becoming more attractive, right? Have better fitting clothes. Have trendier clothes as well, right? For me, for example, you'll never see me wearing a shirt that's too baggy, right? Especially me with working out, man. I want you to see the damn gains in my shirt, man. Simple as that, right? You look better with a more fitted shirt. Now, if you're built more, you're going to look better with shirts that are more fitted, right? I don't understand men that have a style that it has loose shirts. I don't understand it personally, right? Most of the shirts that I wear are going to be more tighter fitting. It's going to look better on me, right? With that said, I would say also have little accent pieces that make you different, that make you stand out, right? Me, for example, I have this chain. Not a lot of people have chains. Not a lot of people have what is this? A trident chain, right? So I stand out in that way. I also have these little wristbands too. Shout out to Anthony. Come on, I'll shout out to Anthony. He already does time this, man. I also got this one as well, right? These little accent pieces are going to make you more attractive. Also, something that you guys don't definitely see it that often, right? I wear earrings all the time as well, which you guys don't see that often. But little subtle accessories are definitely going to make you more attractive. I remember when I first got my ears pierced, my ex was like, "Man, you look more attractive with your ears pierced." And I looked in the mirror, and I was like, "Sadly, you're right. I wish it wasn't that way, but sadly, you are right." Right? It just adds a little something extra, man. It adds a little something extra. So yeah, definitely tap in with that as well. Hold up. We're putting more things to our lives right now. Life is just getting started. You about to exactly, my dog. KJ, man, that man KJ is tapped the hell in, man. KJ just tapped in, man. He's tapped in, man. All right, next one is going to be with becoming more attractive as a man. You're going to need to have more structure. And with more structure, you're going to need to have clear boundaries. And when somebody crosses your boundary, you're going to need to put them in check, especially with women, right? Women like to shit test. Have your boundaries, right? And do not compromise on your boundaries, right? Because once you compromise on a boundary that you need to have firm, once you compromise on the boundary, she's going to understand that she can push you around a little bit more than what you would like, right? Have boundaries. And also with having boundaries, you need to be a man of your word. Being a man of your word is more of a respectable action, and a lot of people are going to see you as more attractive if you are a man of your word. Become a man of your word today, right? Start your next day. Start tomorrow. Being a man of your word. Be as truthful to your word as you possibly can be. And of course, there's going to be times and actions, times and places where you're not going to be able to, keep your word all the time. And apologize for those, because that's all you can do is apologize, man. You know what? I didn't do that. I'm sorry for not doing that, right? I wasn't being a man of my word. Taking that accountability as well goes hand in hand with increasing that attractiveness. Next one, and this is going to be the last point that I have for the day. I'm pretty sure. I'll reiterate all the points, but yeah, I've been spitting today, boys. Next one is going to be with becoming more attractive as a man. You're going to need to understand and learn about female nature, not only through experience but also through videos as well, right? I learned a lot through experience, and I also learned a lot through videos as well. Videos have definitely helped me out. If you are able to find the correct videos of men that actually know what they're speaking on, it's going to go a lot further. If you understand the way females work, how they think, why they do the things that they do, even things that don't even make logical sense, which that's another thing you need to understand, right? With becoming more attractive to women, is understand that, there's things like, for example, right? Let's just say a woman has a problem. I'm gonna give y'all some game when it comes to understanding female nature. This is something that I've observed, something that I learned about not only through a video but through personal experience. When it comes to when it comes to having a conversation with a woman about a problem, let's just say she has a problem, right? As a man, we deal with problems differently. We look for the practical, logical solution. Women do not. Women just like to be heard. And that kind of goes hand in hand with empathy, like I mentioned earlier in the podcast, right? Being able to understand when a woman doesn't want the answer, right? I've had plenty of conversations with women. They have a problem. I give them the answer, and it's not good enough for them. It's because they want to be heard. They just want somebody to listen, man. It makes them feel better inside. Why? I don't fucking know. But that's just what I do. You just got to be that guy. You just got to be the guy that understands it, and you don't have to understand it. It's like women that, oh, I like flowers, right? I don't understand why the fuck you like flowers, right? They die in like a few days anyways, right? Why the hell do you like flowers? I don't know. Just get them anyways, man. Just get them anyways. And I ain't saying that to be a simp. I'm saying that because you gotta understand. You gotta be a gentleman. You gotta be a gentleman, man. But yeah, understand female nature through videos, through experience. Ask questions. If you ever have any questions regarding female nature, which I probably should make a video on that. No, I don't know. I'm probably not gonna make a video on that. I'm probably not gonna make a video. I'll make a video on Rumble for that, or on Twitch. On Twitch, I'll have a podcast about that, right? Or I have a live stream about that. If you want me to talk about that on one of the live streams, I'm not doing that as a podcast though. No, I'm not doing that. But other than that, fellas, let me go ahead and reiterate everything. I appreciate everyone stopping by. Anthony, Andrew, appreciate you stopping by. KJ, of course, holding it down as always. We had about 5 people in here. It's pretty good. All right, to go ahead and go over the things that I had mentioned earlier, right? All these things come down to contributing to your confidence. And with your confidence, you're going to be more attractive, right? At the top, the very, very top of what women value when it comes to attractiveness is confidence, right? Even if you're not the best looking guy in the room, if you're able to portray the most amount of confidence, she's going to find you the most attractive out of all the men in the room, even if you're not the best physically looking men. Understand that all these things that I'm about to mention are going to contribute to confidence in some way, shape, or form, right? First one is going to be having empathy, like I had mentioned literally like 2 minutes ago, right? Have empathy. Understand how to empathize with people, not only people, empathize with women specifically, right? This is going to make you more attractive if you're able to ask the right things, say the right things, if you're able to feel the emotions, understand what she's going through, and really empathize with that person, you're going to be more attractive. Next one is going to be hygiene. There's going to be plenty of different things you can do to help your hygiene, but I definitely recommend that you take the time to do these things. And if you're not doing these things, I do not know what you're doing. If you're a grown man, I'm going to list it off right now. And if you're a grown man and you're not doing these things consistently, you are slacking. Other men are ahead of you. You need to be able to check the little boxes that women pay attention to. They pay attention to very, very little detail, right? And if you're able to check enough of those little boxes, you're going to be put ahead over men that do not check these boxes. For hygiene, brush your teeth, brush your tongue, and have teeth whitening as well. These 3 things are going to be very, very key. And with that as well, which I'm not gonna forget this. Make sure you have chapstick. Make sure your lips are always moisturized. If they're not moisturized, I do not know what you're doing, right? Brush your teeth every day, once or twice a day, at least once a day, my dog, at least once a day. Also, get a tongue scraper. It's going to increase. It's going to help your the smell of your breath, right? That's a game changer right there, fellas. That's a game changer. If you don't take anything from this podcast, if you just take that shit right there, trust me, you're gonna be like, damn, champ, you're right. That was a game changer, man. Teeth whitening as well. Like I said, make sure you have chapstick on you always. Make sure you always have your shit very moisturized. Like I mentioned, right? You never know when you're gonna kiss a woman. If you kiss a woman and your lips are trash, it's tough. That's tough, man. No one likes to kiss lips that are not moisturized, man. Simple as that, man. Next one is going to be getting a haircut every 2 to 3 weeks. This is an essential right here for me. I get a haircut every 2 weeks, man. I got to be looking fresh, man. And what it comes down to is this, right? When I get that fresh fade, man, my confidence is through the roof, which makes my attractiveness more appealing towards women. Simple. The next one is going to be a face cleaning routine. If you do not have a face cleaning routine as a man, get on one, man. I don't know what you're doing. If you don't have acne, you're blessed. But at the end of the day, you still want clean skin. Even if you don't have acne, right? Having clean skin and having that refreshing feeling does something different. It does something different, right? You're going to have that extra glow. I'm telling you. I've had a face clean routine for a year and a half now, and it's definitely a game changer because when I go a day without, which I don't even go a day without washing my face, but if I do for whatever reason, I feel like shit. I don't feel as confident as I would if I had washed my face that day, right? I have it. I have a nightly routine and a morning routine. Make sure you have both, my opinion, right? Definitely have both. The next one is going to be shave and groom frequently, right? Like I said, if you have facial hair and you do not want facial hair, make sure you shave every so often. Like me, for example, I shave every 3 to 4 days because it gets to a point where I just do not find myself as the most attractive as I possibly can be. So of course I need to shave, right? Now, if you have stubble, if that's what you're rocking, make sure make sure it's maintained. If you have a mustache, if you have a beard, like I said, make sure it's maintained. Make sure it looks like you're putting in the effort to maintain it, because like I said, that's gonna be the little things that women pay attention to. That's gonna make you more attractive. The next one is going to be get rid of glasses, man. Wear glasses occasionally, man, but if you are just wearing glasses, man, you need contacts. I'm telling you, it's a game changer when it comes to your confidence. The most the most attractive men do not wear glasses. They don't. Glasses are not in right now, fellas. Glasses are not in right now. I do not know what to tell you. Unless you're a woman. Women with glasses, they have a special place in my heart. But men with glasses, look at the most attractive men. Do any of them have glasses? Do they wear glasses frequently? Yes or no? I'd say no. I'd say no, personally. Like I said, you could probably name a few people, few men that wear glasses that are attractive, but at the end of the day, man, the most attractive men do not wear glasses. Simple. All right, next one is going to be get your teeth straighter. So whether this is braces or Invisalign, get one or the other. Man, what the fuck? Get braces and Invisalign because straighter teeth are going to be. It's like I mentioned earlier. If you have straighter teeth, you're going to be easier to look at. Simple. Next one is going to be eyebrows. Make sure eyebrows look presentable. A lot of men walking around here with eyebrows that do not look presentable, right? I see people all the time with eyebrows that do not look presentable, and I'm like, you're a fucking lame. Simple. Make sure that is something you're conscious of as well. Next one is going to be, I'm gonna run down these really quick so I can really end this podcast off. Hey, that man Anthony spitting, boys. Let me check the comments real quick. I also heard you gotta have a clean space, like a clean car, room, bathroom, because the girls can't see your room, and if it's dirty, they will assume you can't take care of yourself. I agree with you 1,000%. That is a great point. I'm glad you had mentioned that. Yes, make sure your spot is clean. Make sure your bathroom is clean. Make sure your room is clean. But what I would like to say is, if you do all these things for the most part, if you do all these things that I had mentioned, it's going to be hard for you to have a fucking messy room or a messy car, right? It's gonna be hard for you to do these things. Because here's the thing: you're just gonna be that type of person that maintains, right? And if you're a person that maintains, I feel like that kind of goes without saying, right? But yeah, definitely some good points. Make sure your bathroom's clean. Make sure your room's clean. Make sure your car's clean. It's gonna make you more attractive. I agree. KJ, I appreciate for bringing up that point. And like I said, Anthony, that man's locked in with the glasses, man. That man's locked in. All right, next one is our next few. Work on your voice tonality. Like I said, there's gonna be a time and a place to turn on that voice, man. And if you need help with that voice, like I said, you better get in the field, man. You better get in the field. Start working on your tonality. Like I said, it's a game changer once you do it right. Like I mentioned earlier, if you want more game that I had mentioned on speaking on your voice, right? You got to get a We Watch the podcast. Next one is going to be speaking slower. Understand that you have time and you need to be able to speak slower. And the better that you're able to speak slower, the more attractive you're going to be with women. Next one is going to be being able to work on things like eye contact, right? This is something that you're going to need to experience. I'll let you know after the podcast, man. I got you. My contacts are expensive, but I'll let you know, right? Yeah, work on things like eye contact. Like I said, you're gonna need to go in the field and work on eye contact, right? Eye contact is a portrayal of confidence, right? If you're not able to maintain eye contact with somebody, they're gonna understand that you're anxious, maybe you're nervous, maybe you're not confident in yourself, right? Maybe you're not confident in your physical presence. They're going to be able to see that, and the people that maintain eye contact the best are usually the more people person. So definitely got to work on that as well. Next one is going to be work on things like your speech. Like I'd mentioned earlier, there's going to be a lot of different things that you can work on when it comes to your speech. But if you're able to portray your speech and portray your ideas through your speech in a better way, you're definitely going to be perceived as more attractive to women for sure. All right, the next thing is get in the gym. Like I mentioned, work on your shoulders, back, chest, arms. Yeah, you're going to be more attractive if you can work on those things. And I'll mention this. when it comes to being attractive to women. There's a certain type of ratio. There's a golden ratio. They did studies on this. If you have a shoulder to hip ratio of 1.6, now I don't know what the fuck that looks like, quite frankly. Just you know, you know what I'm talking about. Smaller waist, bigger torso, or bigger, broader shoulders. Right, you're gonna be more attractive if you can specifically work on those points. Right. All right. The next one is going to be working on a passion project. That goes along with having hobbies and having passions that you can passionately talk about. Women like men that are not women like men that have structure, but also, like I said, do the things that they're passionate about consistently, right? That's gonna make you look like you're more a well put together person who's more of a structured man. So do those things, and you also have more to talk about as well. You'll be more interesting, which makes you more attractive. The next one is get rid of or find things that you're interested in, and get rid of the habits that women don't care for. Like I said, like video games, like watching shows. Women do not care if you're sitting on your ass all day, watching a show, binge watching a show. Do you think your woman's gonna be like, man, he's so sexy doing that? Fuck no, she's not. She's not gonna care, bro. She's not gonna care. Let's keep it 1,000. She's not gonna care. If you're watching a show, it's not gonna turn her on, man. It's not gonna turn her on. It's not gonna make you more attractive, man. Like I said, you don't get much out of a show anyways. It's just pure entertainment, right? And as a man, you should not be just going for entertainment. You should not. Your inputs should not be majority of entertainment. It really shouldn't be that way. That's why I recommend not watching video games. That's why I recommend not watching shows, because it's hedonistic activities, fellas. It's hedonistic activities, and hedonistic activities do not bring the most results in this life. Like I said, if you're content with being average, go ahead and play video games, man. Watch your shows, man. Play video games, watch your shows, man. Go ahead, man. If you're cool with being average, knock your fucking self out, man. You know what? Don't take my advice. Do whatever you got to do. But the reason I made this podcast is to try to get people to vibrate at a higher frequency, for people who want to get the most out of life, who do not want to be average. That's why I made this podcast in the first place. It's called the Life of a Champ podcast, so this is not an average podcast. So, like I said, fellas, you need to be able to get rid of those habits that do not make you attractive, right? The next thing is going to be social status. Status in general, right, makes you more attractive. If you're able to increase your status, women get off to that, right? If you got that blue check, she's going to be checking her DMs for damn sure. For damn sure. This kind of goes hand in hand with, having quality pictures on your Instagram, right? If she can see that you take quality pictures, she's going to assume a lot of different things about you. What else? Yeah, just having professional photos, and also going out and having a life of abundance, so she sees that you are a person who does things, who's not just lazy, right? Who goes out, has a good time, who's able to have a good time, right? Those things are going to make you more attractive when it comes to women. The next thing is, I won't mention that. It was all right. This is going to be the other ones that I mentioned. I'll go through them real quick. Never chase women, fellas. It is 2022. If you're still chasing women and being a simp, the fuck are you doing, man? Get off that damn OnlyFans, man. Get off the OnlyFans, man. What are you doing? But you're lost in the sauce, man. Do not simp, and do not over-compliment women, because women nowadays get the most compliments that they've ever gotten. So therefore, the value of a compliment is at the lowest that it's ever been. The stock is at its lowest that it's ever been. It's at 1 cent, my dog. Compliments do not mean much. The only time compliments mean something is if they are given when truly deserved, or given when it's not a sexual connotation behind it, right? Like I said, hey, your hair is looking really good today, right? Genuine compliments, right? There's a time and a place to compliment, but do not be a simp and do not over-compliment, because, like I said, then your compliments will be worthless. And the last thing you want is your attention and your compliments to be worthless. They can easily be perceived as worthless through these women that get a lot of attention nowadays. The next thing is going to be having a mystery element. Speak less than necessary, fellas. I already went over this. It goes without saying. Find your own specific mystery element and rock with that. Like I said, speak less than necessary. If she's truly interested and she asks questions, of course, go ahead and answer the questions. But that's only if she's asking the questions. Most women don't. So you're going to have a mystery element regardless. Next one is going to be better conversationalist. Like I said, learn what questions to ask. Learn what questions give you the most out of life. Learn what questions get the most out of trying to understand a person, right? Don't be like every guy. Like I said, have your subtle Have your subtle style. Have your subtle, and like I said, understand what's in and what's out, man. Understand what's attractive to women and understand what's not. Don't be like every guy. Have your accessories that are different and it's unique to just you. You need to be able to stand out, right? Like I said, when I take my shirt off, I'm gonna be having this chain, so I'm gonna be looking different because most people are just gonna have their shirt off, no chain, right? Or wristbands, something like that, right? Everybody's gonna have their own individual accessories that they rock with, but like I said, make sure the shit looks cool, and like I said, you're gonna stand out. Next one, have your boundaries. Like I said, be very, very clear with your boundaries. Understand when somebody is stepping on your boundaries and be able to confront them in a mature way, because not a lot of men are able to do that. There's certain things like toxic masculinity when it comes to man getting their boundaries stepped on and they don't know how to properly voice that. Then they get into a fight, and act like a damn goofball, right? Understand when somebody's stepping on your boundaries. Say, hey man, you know what, man? That is one of my boundaries, man. I do not appreciate that. If I would appreciate if you stopped doing that. Just handle it maturely, right? A lot of people do not handle it maturely, and it ends in aggression, unnecessary aggression. Do not waste your energy on that shit. It's not worth your energy. The next one is going to be, like I said, fellas, learn about female nature through videos and experience. I already went over this. I ain't got to speak on it. If you don't want to talk about it, I will talk about it on a Twitch live stream very, very soon. Coming soon, fellas. Coming soon. But yeah. I'll read the comments, and then I'm going to go ahead and end it off, fellas, because I think contacts may be cheaper than glasses, so dub. It depends on what glasses you get, right? I want to say mine are both the same price, which, like I said, I do not have cheap glasses. My contacts are also not very cheap. Compliments in a recession right now. Anthony is spitting facts as usual. Yes, they are in a recession. They're in a recession for damn sure. Wait a second. Hey, y'all in here right now, yes or no? What the hell? Fellas, what? Well, the view count, you can't see the view count? I don't know. Wow. What the fuck? Now it's there? Hey, if the view count was been gone the whole time, I didn't know that. My bad. But other than that, fellas, I appreciate everyone for stopping by. Yeah, like I said, make sure you check out the TikToks, YouTube Shorts, all those good things. Make sure you follow me on Twitch as well on Rumble. All of it's the same thing. Life of a Champ podcast. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow whatever the hell it is. Like I said, make sure you leave a like on those TikToks. Like I said, I work hard on those. Other than that, fellas, this was the Life of a Champ podcast, episode number 66, talking about how to become more attractive as a man. Well, it was gone, but it'll be back next time. Like I said, next podcast is going to be on Tuesday. Starting next week, I'm going to be live streaming on Twitch as well as on YouTube. So if you're interested in that, if you like watching streams better on Twitch, tap in with Twitch. Other than that, fellas, rule of the day, fellas, as usual, to end it off. Fellas, we do not just work over here, we outwork. Make sure you outworking these motherfuckers out here because these motherfuckers slacking as usual. Other than that, y'all have a good rest of your night. And like I said, until next week, y'all have a good night, man.